Hello, how are you? Is it Barbara? You're muted. I'm going to unmute you for a little bit here while we get started. We're a couple minutes early, so, oh, Mandy's here. Okay. Looks like we have a waiting room with this call. I will go ahead and let everybody in. I didn't realize I had put that setting on there. Hey, Mandy. And someone has their screen name as that one iPhone, so I'm not quite sure who that is, but welcome, that one iPhone user. So we'll just wait a couple minutes to get started here. I'm super excited that you guys are here. Super excited. So Mandy, it sounds like you had to drive a ways to get a signal. I appreciate your effort.
If you can, I don't know if you can see, they're working on the electric lines over there.
Oh my goodness. Did you guys have storms or something or what?
No, someone hit a pole, but the whole town is out, and I live about 7 minutes outside of town, so like it's all black. So yeah.
Oh boy. That's crazy. Well, you get the A for effort.
Thanks.
You tried the hardest to be on here. I appreciate that. Okay. Is it Andrea or Andrea? Andrea is here. I have to ask because I have a friend named Andrea, and so you never know with that name. I always thought it was Andrea, but all right. I'll just give you guys a couple more minutes. I think there were a few more that we're going to hop on. I think the meeting's automatically recording, so I will save the recording. And I know that Kath is one of our new coaches, and she is in the UK, so it's like 2 a.m. there. I'm like, girl, do not get up in the middle of the night to do this. I will record it for you. But Kelly's here. Yay. Okay. So in the interest of respecting everyone's time, I think I'm going to get started. And I have like a list of slides that I want to go through that'll kind of give you guys an overview about what coaching is. Luckily, I think most of you have been in challenge groups already. So you know the ropes, like you know basically what coaches do. So I'm going to talk a little bit, and we'll go over like what activities make coaches the most successful in their business, but we'll also talk a little bit about just how you guys can make this business your own and make it exciting and unique and really kind of play up your own personalities. Recently, I rebranded our team. Last year was kind of rough for our team. We had a lot of coaches kind of come and go. There was a lot of turnover in Beachbody in general. So this year, I wanted a fresh start. And with 2B Mindset, I thought that was the right time to like totally rebrand our team. Now we're called Team Authenticity. And what I love about that name, it speaks to me on so many levels. But recently I heard Brene Brown. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but she's a sociologist that I believe she works out of the University of Houston. She talks a lot about shame and vulnerability and things like that. And she was talking about what true authenticity really is. And it's not so much revealing who we are, but it's discovering who we are. And that first part of the word, A-U-T-H, is the same as author. And I love that because it's so empowering that no matter what our pasts have been like, we are the authors of our future. So we aren't stuck where we are. We can right our wrongs and we can start fresh wherever we are and write a new ending to whatever story we're working on. So that is kind of like the basis of Team Authenticity. And what I really want you guys to do is not be Beachbody clones. I want you to embrace the kooks and the weirdness and all that stuff that makes you who you really are. Because if you can do that, that will attract more people that might be feeling scared or apprehensive or, just feeling like they're alone in the world. And the truth is nobody is alone in the world. No matter what you're going through, there's someone else that's going through the exact same thing. So that's my little soapbox on that. And what I'm going to do now is see if I can share my screen so you guys can see my slides. Okay, guys, just give me a thumbs up if you can see that screen that says getting started, right? Okay, cool. So we'll go through this, and then at the end, I'll just open it up for questions. So I'm going to talk. Sorry if I'm like monopolizing the conversation, but you guys, if there's a question that comes up, type it into the chat bar so we don't forget to answer it at the end. If you're like me, you'll forget what the questions were. Okay, so I wanted to talk first about setting priorities in your business. And the thing is, we're all coming into this brand new. Everybody is kind of level playing field, but I also want to reiterate that you can go as fast with this as you want. You can go as slow with this as you want. I am not your boss, okay? I am your mentor, or Nicole or Kelly or whoever is Donna, whoever brought you into our team. They're here to help you, but ultimately it is you that is the driver of your bus, so to speak. So your number one priority is always going to putting your own health journey first. Whether that is, if you're only getting started with clean eating right now and not doing fitness, that is totally fine. 2B Mindset kind of opened our eyes to the fact that you could see results without working out in a crazy way. Prior to 2B Mindset, most of what coaches did was support people as they did a fitness program. So I love 2B Mindset. My background is a little bit in nutrition. That's my passion. I love cooking. And I think Mandy had said something about that too, about just how if you love cooking, you can funnel that into sharing clean eating recipes with people. So if that's your jam, go for it. If you're like hardcore workout girl, embrace that. There's room for everybody, but always put your own health journey first. Like, it's really hard to show up for other people if you are not making your health and wellness a priority. And one thing I have heard coaches say, or almost I feel like it's an excuse, if they get injured or they're not feeling well, or whatever the case may be, they've had a surgery, their arm is hurting, whatever, do one of the programs that doesn't require a workout. We've got Ultimate Reset, we've got 2B Mindset. No matter what you're going through, there's probably a program that we've got some people waiting. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, just making sure everyone is able to get on the call. Welcome, newbies. Elle and someone else just joined us. Anyway, we're talking about priorities and just the fact that putting your own health first is going to be the foundation of your business. So most of you are doing a program right now. Don't feel like you have to get to know all the programs and products. That will come in time. When I first started, I had never done a Beachbody program before. Like, I had zero experience, less than most of you. I went into coaching for the business opportunity alone. I was doing a Jillian Michaels DVD, and I was posting about it online. So someone approached me and they're like, hey, how about you just switch that Jillian Michaels DVD to a Beachbody DVD and start making money with doing what you're actually doing? So I'm like, at first I said no, of course, like probably most of you. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do any of that MLM stuff. That's icky. I'm not going to hit up my friends and family. But eventually I kind of came around. I realized that it was something I was kind of doing anyway. And I had the option to be creative in the way I presented it. I didn't have to be one of those, what I would call like an icky salesperson. It's more about sharing your journey than selling a product. So we'll get into more of that later. But what you're going to want to do is find the programs and products that you love and really, really focus on them. And then just share your journey on social media. And some of you guys are new to that. Like, you're used to sharing your pictures and your food and your shakes in your challenge group. But as a coach, what we're going to start to do, and we'll start to help you craft those posts, but we'll start sharing that publicly and build curiosity. So people that see your posts will ask more about what you're doing, and you'll make yourself available to them. So yes, what do? We work on ourselves, and then we help other people become better versions of themselves. And then we tell them about our challenge groups and the coaching opportunity as well. Don't feel that just because you're a new coach, you can't recruit someone to the coaching opportunity straight out of the gate. In fact, if you can do that, you are going to build your business so much faster and quicker than other people that just start by inviting to the groups. And we'll get more into that later and why that is so. So I want to let you guys know about the resources that are available to you as coaches. So we kind of talked before about like being your own success story. doing a program, committing to it, talking about it on social media. So your resources for learning the tricks of the trade as a new coach is the coach office, which you can find on teambeachbody.com. If you go to the coach tab and you click on that, there are tons of resources. There's an FAQ section. There is, let me see if I can open it up for you guys right now. Okay, can you guys see the coach office here? Thumbs up. You guys know? Okay. I'm going to flip out of that and we'll get back to the slides, and then maybe I'll just share that within the group. Can you guys see the resources sign now? Are we back to that slide? Okay, cool. I'll go into the coach office in a separate video or share a resource with you on how to navigate the coach office, because there's a lot in there. It takes a little bit of practice. I think there's probably a video from corporate that actually goes through it that might be better than what I could do. But our team page is also another great resource for you guys. It's the Team Authenticity Facebook group. And what you'll see within that group are units. So whether you're using your phone or a laptop, I think if you're on your phone, it's at the top where you scroll across and it says units. If you're on a laptop, it's on the left-hand side. And we have units for new coach training. We have units for like what we call our partner program and trying to get our friends involved and like how to word that in a way that's non-salesy. We've got all sorts of different things that you guys will want to just go in and familiarize yourself with, but start with a new coach training. And we will be going through all this new coach training together, you guys. I'll be posting in our little Facebook discussion thread that we have started, and some of the other coaches that are mentoring along with me will also be kind of taking a role in that as well. So as our mentors, we are always here for you, but we also really highly encourage you to, again, be the master of your own ship or the driver of your own bus and rely on like YouTube and Google. And there's so many great resources out there. I really did not have a very supportive upline when I first started, because it was a coach that had started basically at the same time I did. So my coach was really super not knowledgeable and ended up quitting eventually after a couple months. But I bet he's sorry he did now. But anyway, my point is I had to educate myself basically. And what I did is I just dove into YouTube and I would find coaches whose message really resonated with me, and I would watch what they had to offer with their trainings. Just Googling whatever questions you have, you're going to see tons of stuff come up. And the National Wake Up Calls are a great resource, because that happens every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time, my time, so 11 a.m. Eastern. And now they're online. Now they're on the Facebook Team Beachbody 411 Facebook page. When I first started, they were actually like a dial-in call, and there is a Team Beachbody podcast that you can download and go back and listen to like all those old national wake-up calls. And what you'll find in each of those calls is a coach sharing tips on how they found success, whether it be expanding their market on social media, how to overcome objections, how to like really embrace the power of storytelling. Like every coach that is like really good at a certain thing is on one of these calls to share his or her story. So those things are a great resource. And then team calls like this one. We don't do team calls every week, but we will have calls available to you to hop on every week. We're actually plugged into the #1 network in Team Beachbody's network. My upline's upline is Melanie Mitro. So she is actually the #1 coach in the network right now. And a lot of the trainings that we'll be doing have been passed down through her network. And we've got other amazing top coaches that we share trainings with. So I'm not always going to be the one hosting the call, but there are so many other top coaches that will be sharing those links as well. And if you go into our team page, you can actually go and see some of these prior team calls if you want to hop on those and if you're just interested. Okay, so now I want to talk about just laying a strong foundation with your business. Excuse me. Okay, so Beachbody has it outlined in 4 vital behaviors. And if you only do this and do nothing else, you will build a strong business. This is like the brick and mortar part of your house, your coaching house. If you skip over this, you will not be successful. You have to do all these things, you guys. And like I said, If it gets complicated and you start to feel overwhelmed, if you always dial it back to these 4 vital behaviors, it is simple, it's straightforward, and you can be successful. So number 1, we kind of touched on this already. Just be proof that the products work. Pick a program and do it from start to finish. I think a lot of you guys are doing Lift 4, like I am right now. Super excited about this. It seems really doable for a lot of us, especially because a lot of us are moms. We're, some of us are working full time. It is really, really manageable in today's day and age, So this is a great time to be coming in as a new coach. And you can invite your friends and your family to do this right along with you and start your business out tonight by getting like 2 or 3 people to join you with Lift 4. So if you get someone involved with the challenge pack, depending on whether they sign on as a coach to do Joel's test group, your commission is going to be, $50 usually. If they get one of the more expanded challenge packs, it could be even more. So you can start earning tonight, you guys, by finding like 2 or 3 people to join you. So yeah, be proof the products work, be doing a program. Number 2, share, connect, and invite. And what that really means is we're in network marketing. So if you are not working on building your network and engaging with your network and talking to your network, you really don't have a business, okay? This isn't traditional. It's not like Target where you go in and you find everything there. This is what network marketing really is relying upon your trusted advisors, people that you know and trust, to do something along with them. So by putting ourselves out there and saying, hey, I'm working on my health journey, this is what I'm eating, this is the workout program I'm doing, do you want to join me? That's one form of, okay, someone's got to mute. Okay, that's better. Okay, so one way you can do that is by posting about what you're doing, and then you have to go beyond that and actually connect with people. And it doesn't have to be Beachbody related, but it could just be renewing old friendships, connecting with people that you haven't talked to in a long time, adding some people on Facebook each and every day to expand your network. And I don't want you to think that you are going to have to sell them right out of the gate. In fact, I don't want you to do that. I want to make sure that you build trust and camaraderie with them first. And then if they approach you or it feels natural for you to approach them, that is when you would invite them to whatever it is you're doing, whether you feel like they would be a great fit for our team as a coach, or if you want to simply invite them to do Lift 4 with you or whatever the case may be. So that's the number 2, share, connect, invite. Number 3 is personal development. And I think this is one that a lot of coaches say that they don't necessarily understand why they need to do it. But I have found that your business grows about as fast as you grow yourself and your mindset and your mentality. So just like we have to work on our physical fitness, we have to work on our mental toughness, because this job isn't always easy. You're going to hear no a lot. You're going to have to overcome getting out of your comfort zone. And that's where personal development can really, really help. It gives you the right mindset to deal with some of the things that coaches come up against, whether it's in their own minds or dealing with challengers or other coaches on their team. So we've got great resources. We can recommend books, but like one of the best ones that I think for new coaches is called The Compound Effect. Another good one is called GoPro. But I really like The Compound Effect because it talks about, just how all these little daily actions add up, whether it's, working out every day. Eventually, like if you start working out, you're not going to have a 6-pack tomorrow, but if you're consistent with that, it does pay off. So the same goes for your business. Little actions over time definitely add up. So personal development, even if it's only 10 minutes a day, put in a podcast or listen to a YouTube video while you're in the car, when you're in the shower, chopping veggies in the kitchen, find a way to work it in. And then number 4 is recognition. So what we want to do is we really want to celebrate the achievements of the people in our challenge groups and our coaches on our team. And, I find that what we focus on expands. So when we kind of bring that energy and focus on the good, it just brings more of that to us. So that's the 4th vital behavior. Okay, so let's talk about goal setting. What should your first goal be in your first month of coaching? And this is one that my my coach in my upline told me right away is 3 people. And you guys probably have 3 people in mind already that could benefit from the exact same program that you're doing right now. Whether it's your best friend or your sister or your neighbor that maybe, you know, you've seen her like trying to get to the Y, but busy with her kids and kind of struggling that way. Think of, I would challenge you guys to each think of 5 people that you can bring that are like totally in your network already. These are not people that you have to get to know. They're people that know and trust you already. So they're not going to be out there thinking that you're trying to like sell them on something. They know your character. So my challenge would be to you is find 3 people in your warm network, your hot network, that want to do this with you, whether it is, like I said, Joel's test group or the program or something else. It could be 2B mindset. It doesn't have to be lift 4. You know, like I think of moms out there, like I'm talking like my moms, like the generation above us, they might not be into weightlifting, you know, but 2B mindset can help so many people. Chances are you guys have relatives that could use that. So really invite them to connect with you. Say, you know, like you were excited about this. You want them to come along for the ride, and they can kind of be your guinea pig. They can be your first success story. So you're doing them a favor just as much as they are doing you a favor. So you can kind of scratch each other's back. You bring them in as like your first client, and they get all this great attention from you, and they end up with a success story. Worst case scenario, they don't like it at the end of the 30 days, they can send it back. But at least you've had a little bit of experience in helping someone. So my challenge to you, help 3 people in your first month. And if you do that, you'll hit something called Success Club. And I'm going to just define it very simply. Every time you sell a challenge pack, which you guys probably know what a challenge pack is because I'm guessing most of you bought one when you enrolled as a coach. It's Shakeology and or the Performance Line or Daily Sunshine bundled with a program. That's a challenge pack. So every time you sell one of those, you get 2 Success Club points. And you can also get Success Club points by selling an HD, which is a home direct enrollment. That could be, it could be the Performance Line alone. It could be Daily Sunshine, which is more of, I don't want to say it's a kid's product, but it is kind of marketed towards kids. Or Shakeology, of course, which is our bread and butter. So in order to hit Success Club, 2 points for each challenge pack, 3 people. And you must also have 90 PV, which is personal volume. So if you are on Shakeology, you have that 90 PV requirement already. As long as you are also getting about roughly $90 worth of home direct products yourself, you achieve Success Club. Now, why do you want to do this? Well, first of all, if you hit Success Club each and every month, that is a sign that you're consistently building your business, bringing in new customers. But if you hit Success Club in your first 3 months as a coach, you earn a ticket to Coach Summit, which is kind of like our big national convention. Next year, it's in Indianapolis. It was there this year as well. And then what you can also do is earn points towards a Success Club trip. It was in Punta Cana last year. It was in Mexico this year. Next year, it's going to be on Royal Caribbean again, the biggest ship in their fleet. I think it's a brand new ship. I think it's called Harmony of the Seas. I'm super excited. So yeah, they have amazing trips each and every year. And if you hit Success Club 5 or 10 every month, you will be eligible to get a trip at least partially paid for. In the past, I've had not only my trip paid for, but I get to bring a guest and I end up with spending money, which is really sweet. So, okay, take a little drink. I'm not used to talking this much. So what do you do to get started? Most of you guys have done this already. So step 1, commit to a program and a challenge group and share your excitement because you guys are all on a fitness journey yourselves. And if you guys have seen some of these Lift 4 results, the before and after pictures, I don't know how you couldn't be excited to do this because first of all, you're working out with Joel every day and he is such great eye candy and like, I just love listening to him. So I'm super excited about it for that reason. It's super doable and post that on social media, talk about it. Invite people to come with you in your posts. So yeah, that's your first assignment, which I think most of you have already done. You might not have posted about it yet on social media, but that's what you can go out and do tonight after our call is over. And that brings us to what happens after you post and people start responding to you. So it's not enough to just post about your excitement. You have to actually have real conversations with people. That's why it's important to add to your network. But when you do this, it's not like you're regurgitating all the sales information. You just have to, and this comes with time, you have to have real conversations with people and find out like what are they struggling with right now in their fitness journey. You know, is Lift 4 the best fit for them? It might not be. Ask about, well, what do you like? Do you like cardio? Do you like weights? Do you like yoga? Have those conversations as if you were talking to that person face to face, and really get to know them. Be more of a listener than a talker, because I think a lot of coaches, they get so excited that they tend to what I would describe as word vomit on people. Like you just spew all this information. A good rule of thumb is to just evenly pace the conversation. If someone asks you a question about it, you give them a little bit of an answer, but then also ask a question back. So it's a very even paced conversation. If you tend to do all the talking and not a lot of listening, it comes across as salesy. And you guys all have integrity, because I know you guys, like I know all of you well enough because you've been in groups and whatever. Like you don't want to come across as a salesperson. You want to come across as someone who genuinely cares about other people. So yes, have real conversations based on the post that you have. So if someone likes your post and comments on it, what I would do is take that, and I'm kind of using Facebook as a generalization here, but this could be on Instagram. Take it behind the scenes and really start asking them some questions about what they want to get out of this and what their goals are. And not all conversations that you have will lead to an invite to a challenge group. If you go into it thinking that's all you have to do, it tends to feel a little bit artificial. So just be genuine in your conversations, and relate to them. Show a little empathy, you guys. You know, if they say that they're struggling with something, think about a time when maybe you've struggled with the same thing, and you can say, yeah, I know exactly how you feel. That happened to me once and I felt the same way, and I found that this worked for me. So that's a kind of a very natural, empathetic way to kind of weave Beachbody into the conversation. And, you know, one thing that will always come up is the price objection, because a lot of people assume that what we do is free. And that's always a tough one as a new coach, because you want to help people. Like you don't want there to be a price barrier. But if you cheapen what you do and what we have, that isn't good. What we have to offer you guys is ourselves, and you can't get that at a gym. I mean, maybe if you're paying for a personal trainer that works with you one-on-one, but like I feel the value of our community and our coaching and what we have to offer with Beachbody On Demand and the full solution with Shakeology and the performance line. That is a big deal. And a lot of people don't understand that. So just feel confident in that and don't cheapen what you do, okay? And for me and most of the coaches on my team, I will say that we do require a challenge pack for that one-on-one coach attention. So don't be tempted to only offer them a piece of the solution. Like if they only want to do Beachbody On Demand, that's a tough one, because just make sure that they know that the programs and the results and all the before and after pictures have been achieved using the full thing, the nutrition program, the supplements, Shakeology, all that. So be very firm in selling the total solution to your challengers. So I might have talked about this a little bit about just sharing versus selling. In fact, it's, oh wait, that slide is actually on there twice, isn't there? Yep. Okay. So we're going to scroll down to your second goal. So your first goal, again, was inviting 3 people in your first month. And with that, you would hit Success Club. Now, your second benchmark is called Emerald. And that is when you actually kind of receive a promotion as a new coach. That is when you bring 2 coaches into your network. And right now it's actually pretty easy, because I'm finding that most people want to enroll as coaches to do Joel's test group. So if you find 2 people right away that want to join Joel's test group with you, you are on your way to Emerald, like right off the bat. And you need, the way Beachbody works, we are a binary system, which means everyone falls under a left leg or a right leg. So as soon as you have a coach on the left and one on the right, and they're both active, meaning they have purchased at least 50 PV that month, and you are also yourself active, you are an Emerald coach. And what does that mean? You are then eligible for team cycle bonuses. So not only will you get commission, but you get a cut of what your team brings in. And it's not just your team. It's not just the coaches that you sponsor into the organization. Your upline will also be adding people underneath you that will create volume. And although these coaches that your upline brings in aren't your personally sponsored coaches, they will help boost your income. So I know that sounds really confusing. I didn't get it right away myself, but just to simplify things, you plus two. And a lot of people bring in their spouse right away. There are a lot of advantages of having your spouse, significant other, or a family member being at that top of your organization, because they will reap the most benefits by having coaches being added to them underneath afterwards. So they are kind of like top level brass. And so my husband, I enrolled him as a coach when I started 4 years ago, and I just looked at his income. I don't really work his business at all, but he earns a couple $100 just based on like team cycle bonuses, a couple $100 a week, which obviously that adds up. So sign up your spouse right away. And then if you have another friend or family member that wants to get involved, I would put them at the top of your organization right away too. And don't overthink it. Honestly, I think people think that signing up as a coach is a huge commitment. And it can be if that's what you want to do and you want to build a business. I consider it a huge commitment that I'm making to myself and others. But it's not like you have quotas, you can cancel right away. Like you can reassure people that if they get in and it's not what they expected, they're not hooked into anything. So that's why I say don't overthink it. And I just want to talk a little bit about how rank advancement to that first raise promotion, that Emerald position, is like giving yourself a raise. And I will include these slides in our team page so you guys can go over them later. But these are some of the coaches in our network who actually shared like their real income. And you can see like their first year as a coach, it kind of starts out slowly. And this would be a weekly paycheck. And these are leaders in our organization. These are women that kind of went all in and were like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to earn some coin here. And, you can see their weekly paychecks are right around $500, 7, 13 months into the business. But look at what happens in year 2. Like it doubles. And most of that is coming through the team cycle bonus and matching bonuses and things that they're earning by giving themselves raises and bringing more people into the network. So like I said before, if you really want to grow quickly, start bringing other coaches that want to work the business into the network with you. Okay. Like I said, I kind of want to keep this call a little bit short, but I do want to touch on some of the really important things about being yourself when you post, because Beachbody, they take care of marketing their own products. We've got Sean T, we've got Shalene, we've got Autumn, we've got Chris Downing, we've got Joel, we've got all these people that have brand recognition, name recognition. Beachbody does advertising online, they do infomercials, all this stuff. So people tend to know Beachbody products already, whether it's Insanity or P90X or whatever it is. So they're not joining because of that. They're joining because of you. They want you. And whatever your perceived weaknesses are in this business will usually turn out to be your biggest benefits. When I first started, I thought I was too old because I looked around and all the coaches around me were younger than I was. So that was a limitation I put on myself. But come to find out, a lot of people do want coaches over 40 because they relate to them a little bit more. We've got Donna on our team, who I think is in her late 50s, and she gets tons of women joining because they don't want a 20-year-old coach. Julia Fowler on our team started as a coach into her fitness journey when she still had over 100 pounds to lose. And so if you're letting these mental barriers hold you back by thinking, oh, well, I'll be a better coach when I'm in shape, or if I were younger, or any of these things are really just silly, because people want you. They want to come along with you because they get you and they understand what you're putting out there. So yeah, they join because of you, and they stay because we have kick-ass programs and products. I have no qualms about recommending any of them because I think they're top quality. But I did pull up a couple examples here from Instagram where these girls are really emerging as top coaches in our organization. In fact, I think they're both like top 5 right now. And what they do is they share their life. They talk about things other than Beachbody. Like, we've got Foodie Girl Fitness over here, Ashley Molstead. She talks about enjoying wine and friendship, and she likes to party. And, like, it's very clear that she's not working out all the time, and she's having fun and she's happy. So who wouldn't want to join her along for the ride? Because, like, if you can drink wine and have fun and get out there, and you don't have to be a slave to the gym. So that's kind of her message. And then we have Emily Favre over here too, and she posts a lot about braids. So, like, that's her thing. She likes talking about braiding hair, and she's got dogs. So that's her thing. And when I say think of like things that you want to talk about online, they should be things completely unrelated to Beachbody. Because if you're talking about food, clean eating, and fitness, and that's all you talk about, you're going to attract people that are already doing that. And chances are they're already involved in some type of fitness program. So you want to connect with people on a level outside of Beachbody. So yeah, your posts should inform, engage, inspire other people. They shouldn't be boring. They should stop the scroll. It should look like you're having a good time, because nobody will want to join you if you're negative and you're dreary. And, like you want, when I look at people on social media, I want them to lift me up. I don't want to be sucked down into any negativity. There's too much of that already. So let you all be the bright, shining stars on the internet instead of the people that bring all the negativity. There's way too much of that already. So just a few, I wonder how I can make this smaller. Okay, I'll just scroll through it. So you want your images to be scroll stopping. And by that, I mean, people will want to stop what they're doing and look at what you've posted. So bright, colorful images of you, of your face, of food. You don't want it like thrown down on a paper plate. And I say this jokingly because when Julia started as a coach, I always used to make fun of her for her paper plates. But her food photos are amazing, actually, right now. If you go look at them, they're very good. But my point is, put some thought into your photo. Is that the image you really want to project? Be happy. Is this the type of post that would inspire someone to join you? And you know what? You've got all these great apps that can help you do it. WordSwag, Snapseed, and Canva are ones that I use regularly. And like I said, I'll post this information in our team page after we're done, so you don't necessarily have to copy it down right now. But also, when you do your photos, please don't do this with your Shakeology cup. Like, don't go like this, because you're telling people what you're doing, and you're telling them to Google Shakeology and order it online from, a site that's not you. So you want to build curiosity. You want people to say, oh, what is that superfood shake she's drinking? That looks really good. Maybe I need to ask what she's drinking because I don't know. So you really want to build curiosity and not be. And another reason why you don't want to put the brand name out there, you guys, is you're selling you. You are not a spokesperson for Beachbody. You are a spokesperson for you and your personal brand. And when I see people doing that and using stock imagery and like posting, just brand names and that stuff all the time, to me, it would scare me away as a follower. I don't want to be sold something. So just be careful with that. Like I mentioned before, wearing 3 to 5 hats in addition to talking about fitness and lifestyle and clean eating. You might want to talk about your dog. What life stage are you in? Are you a mom of toddlers? Talk about the challenges that brings. Are you Did you just have a new baby? Things like that, that you can use to relate to other people that in a meaningful way, things that you want to talk about anyway. So finally, as we wrap things up, I want to talk about just treating this like a business, because yes, it's fun and it's exciting, and no one's going to be telling you what to do. You are the boss, but it's just as easy not to do stuff as it is to do stuff. So if you aren't being consistent with your efforts, if you aren't scheduling concerted work time, it's really easy to just treat this like a hobby. And then what happens? You get paid like a hobby. So if you really want to earn money with doing this, I would highly advise tracking your business. And that's like basically a timesheet that you fill out. Maybe have a power hour every day. If you can commit to an hour of coach work every day, we've got something called the BAT, the Business Activity Tracker, that is available in our team page, that you can just print that out and you can track how many people you've added to your network, how many times you've posted, all those things, those vital behaviors that we talked about. Set business hours, because like I said, it's really easy to let this go, like, oh, it's 9 o'clock, I'm tired, I don't have time to work my business. But if you hold yourself accountable to office hours, you will make it happen. And just be prepared for this to be kind of a mental roller coaster. You will go on highs and lows, and success doesn't happen overnight. Just like fitness, just like success in your fitness journey doesn't happen every night. So if you're committed to the process and your why are you doing this? If that's really strong and your motivation to do this is really strong, it's going to be a lot easier to ride out those lows, because they are going to happen. You're going to have people telling you no, and that's going to hit you some days harder than others. And so just know that you're going to have those lows, but if you treat it like a business, really even keel, and you're consistent over time in doing those 4 vital behaviors, it will pay off. Like I said, success doesn't happen overnight with this. So, if health and fitness is something that you're dedicated to, you might as well get paid to do it. That's kind of what I thought. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to be doing this anyway. I might as well get paid for it, because I am worth investing in myself. So again, don't overcomplicate it. If things seem to get a little hairy, just dial it back to those 4 vital behaviors. But above all, you guys, and this is the note I want to end on, have fun with this, because the more fun you can interject into your coaching business and your posts and all the creative stuff that you do, people will respond to that. If you're just mailing it in and doing what your upline told you to do, I'm like, oh, here's a selfie, I don't really care, I'm just going to post it. And I've been there, I've done that, but people can sense when you're truly excited about something. And these are just some of my favorite moments that coaching has brought to me in the last 4 years. And of course I put Joel right up there, front and center. I've been able to meet the trainers. I've made so many friendships on my team, people that have come to me online that I never would have met in real life. So many amazing success stories. I got to bring my mom on the Success Club cruise with me a couple years ago, right after my father had passed away. So that was like just a tremendous gift I could give her. And just seeing like the success of my challengers is so rewarding. But coaching has the ability to transform so many different areas of your life, just like health and fitness does. If you guys have been working on your fitness journey for a while now, you know that mental toughness and physical toughness and resilience will have a ripple effect on the confidence that you bring to the table and all the things that you accomplish in life. So if you're willing to play the game and ride out those lows in order to get to those highs, and there's so many of those highs, you will love coaching. You will absolutely love it. Be yourselves, be true to yourself. Be the author of your own story. And I'm just saying here, happiness is contagious. I totally spelt that wrong. So anyway, before I drop this into our team page, I will spell correct. I just whipped this together at the last minute. But anyway, that is the note that I kind of want to leave you guys on. And I will open it up to questions here. Okay, let's see what we have in the chat bar. Okay, Elle wanted to know, when is Summit? Next year, it is in July. I don't have the exact dates, but I want to say like mid-July. This year it was in June. It was early and I was not able to go. Unfortunately, because my daughter had just graduated from high school and my mother-in-law turned 80 and my husband turned 50. So we had all these life events shoved into like a 2-week period, but I will be there next year. Can't wait. What other questions did you guys have? Or we've got Nicole and Kelly on, and let's see. Yeah, you guys are also some of the leaders on our team. Is there anything that I've missed that you want to add before we wrap it up? Okay, go ahead, Kelly.
Hey guys, I just want to encourage you. I'm still just like a baby coach. I've only been in this for like five months, but Kim, something in your PowerPoint that I want to just share with the other coaches is just, this is so vital. Like, you are going to have ups and downs in this, but you have got to stay the course. Like, when you do personal development, it is going to help your mind so much. And if the more that you can like normalize those ups and downs, the better this whole journey is going to be for you. And like, what I found is if you like, you're going to, as you read through the team page and you hear things like little nuggets that can keep you going every single day, write those down and put it on a piece of paper and like put it by your desk, because that is going to help you get through this. But that's something that I found has been really helpful.
Awesome. Yeah, and it's tough. It's really hard to do that sometimes. Some days are easier than others. Nicole, did you have anything to add?
I think I would just add, like, don't get overwhelmed, because, I mean, you just shared a ton of information. Our team page has a ton of units. It's really basic. It's just really sharing your journey. I had started as a coach for the discount, and, you know, like within a month or so, I had like friends and family. They were like, you know, you seem happy. You look good. You know, they were like, they could see the change in me. So for me, it was pretty natural to start sharing that. And then, you know, I just went all in, and I didn't know anything. I mean, I didn't even know how to send someone a link or how to, you know, sell a challenge pack, but I was selling them because they wanted to be part of what I was doing. And then there was Kim, who I could turn to be like, okay, I have no clue what's happening, but how do I make this happen? So know that we're there for that. And if you're just sharing your journey, that's really the most important part, and the rest will fall into place.
Absolutely. 100%. And I have found too, at times when I am not completely dialed into a program, or I'm not excited about the program I'm doing, my business suffers. I was one that did not really enjoy 80-day obsession, and that was tough for me. So I found that when 2B Mindset launched, I was like excited again. I'm like, why did I wait so long to change, to do something else? I should have just done that from the get-go. But yeah, like I said, if you're not happy, you have to find the joy in what you're doing. So if it's not working for you personally, switch it, okay? Find the joy in the everyday, because you know what? Happiness doesn't happen at a rank or an income level or whatever. We all have to enjoy what we're doing right now. And even though you will probably see, oh, push for Emerald, push for Diamond, let's hit Success Club. And, you know, as our mentors, we want you to hit those goals because they are super satisfying, and we want you to see financial success. But you will get there a lot faster if you're just having a hell of a ride. Just have fun, okay? I wish someone had given me that advice a long time ago. So we'll try to make it as fun for you as possible. But yeah, just enjoy it. This is a great opportunity, and it is fun. Does anyone have anything else? Any questions?
I have a quick question, if I may. Sorry, so this is Elle. My computer keeps going in and out because I have some pretty pretty slow internet, I think.
Well, we have recorded it, so you can watch it back.
Good. So I was looking at some of the units on our coach Facebook group, and it mentioned, and maybe I'm thinking about that BAT page, a tracker or something like that. But it mentioned something about posting like about 3 posts on your social media per day.
Okay.
That in itself kind of overwhelms me a little bit. But at the same time, I'm also kind of I want to be mindful of being authentic to myself and not really wanting to sell. So I'm kind of wondering, like, how do I find a happy medium of, like, I've now just announced to, like, my whole network that I'm joining a coach, and then they're going to see, like, this huge radical change because I very rarely post, to be perfectly honest. It's kind of like once a week, if that. So I just want to make sure that it's not like,
Right. So I know I found you on Instagram, so I'm going to assume that's kind of your bread and butter.
Yeah.
So things change in social media all the time, and that might be a little bit of an outdated number, that 3 to 5. That's what I was told when I first started as a new coach. So what I do with Instagram now, and this is kind of what most coaches do, is they do like 1 Instagram post a day, like to their feed. But I don't know if you use Instagram. Well, I know you use Instagram stories because you just commented on my puppy post. But, so that's where
I just learned how to do that.
Yes. So what I would do is just do like one post on your feed, but then feel free to go nuts on your Instagram stories and just be really you and authentic, and don't worry about like posting a whole lot of Beachbody stuff. I do post my workouts and I post my nutrition on my Instagram stories, and we've got an entire like Instagram training that you can go through, but I don't want you to get overwhelmed. You can do that when you're ready. But just start with 1 post a day on IG.
Okay.
That would be my
cool
advice.
And then I'm thinking, because I do like cooking and whatnot, and I'm really glad you mentioned not branding or like doing logos. Because that makes so much sense. But maybe what I might do, and I'm talking aloud because I'm hoping maybe this might help someone else, but
for sure.
Maybe if I did like a highlight story on Instagram, do you think, of like the foods and that kind of thing? Like that be a highlight thing? I just learned how to do that like last week. So I'm thinking, would that be?
Yeah. Like
rather than doing a post to that? Because I feel like for me that might not, I feel like for me that would seem very selly. And my biggest thing, I'm glad you mentioned, like, you don't want to be a bad salesperson. I just don't want to be that Tupperware lady.
No, nobody wants that. And like, if you go to my Instagram, you won't see Beachbody. You won't see pictures of Shakeology in a Shakeology cup. I do have shake pictures, but they're pretty discreet. Like, you wouldn't know what brand it is. Sometimes if you go into my IG stories, you'll be able to tell kind of what I'm doing. But I don't mention Beachbody. I don't want to be known just as a Beachbody schlepper. Like, I want people to know me for me and connect with me I feel like if I'm overtly salesy in this day and age, we scare people away. Don't you feel that way? So I don't want you guys to be that way. Find things you love to post about and love to talk about, and your market will find you. And food is great. Because food goes over really, really well on Instagram. A lot of foodies on that platform. Nicole does great food pictures too.
I like food. I'm not a big Instagram user, so I don't really know Instagram. I built my business mainly with Facebook, and I'm a blogger. But I think that too, what I did as a new coach was I watched other coaches. I don't watch them anymore because you get overwhelmed by them. But even Kim, what she would post, I would take it, I would tweak it, I would make it my own, I would add in a curse word. Because I didn't know what I was doing. So, I encourage my coaches, like, if you see my posts today, I did a spin, me and my little one, we worked out. I talked about, wouldn't it be nice if there was a program 4 days a week? I mean, that's something someone could easily take and turn into their own. Your followers, your friends are not my followers or my friends. So sometimes just kind of watching what we're doing as a team not taking exactly what we're saying, but you learn how we, present it without being salesy, without the Shakeology cup, without, that type of stuff. That helped me as a new coach. And also as a new coach, like I wasn't the girl that posted on Facebook all the time. And in fact, I wasn't the girl that even had any friends. I did have friends, but like my friends were like high school people that, we were reconnecting on social media. I've been a coach for 3 years. So, my once a week posting of my kid was not, I couldn't just turn that around, or I wasn't comfortable with just turning that into, like Elle said, posting all the time. So I started a Facebook group where I was more comfortable, like in the private conversations that I had. If my friends had said no, I'd funnel them into that. So I got comfortable posting in my group until I found my footing. Now, you learn as you grow as a coach. I don't care what anybody thinks about what I post on social media anymore. It beats the Trump nonsense and the hate nonsense. So I'm happy to share and invite and spread love and joy. But I mean, as a new coach, it takes time for you to build that. So you kind of have to, get comfortable and start baby steps. You don't got to go all in. You can announce you're a coach and then share recipes, and, you don't have to every post make it about workouts or Beachbody or health and fitness. But you have to get out there because people have to know you.
Yeah, and just putting yourself out there and connecting, whether it is just getting more comfortable, like sharing your kid pictures or your dog pictures or whatever it is, and just having real conversations with people. They don't have to be about Beachbody, but that will also help you grow as a coach because it will teach you how to interact with people online if you're not super used to that or super comfortable doing that right now. So, yeah. If you're not like really familiar with Facebook, just put a post out there and see what happens, see how people respond, and then just keep adding to your network every day. That's something that I see a lot of new coaches, they kind of run out of their friends and family to talk to if they're not adding new people all the time. So make sure you keep that in mind as well. It's a lot easier and more comfortable to add people on Instagram than it is on Facebook. On Facebook, it's kind of like, oh, why are you friending me? I barely know you. But on Instagram, it's like, yay, more friends. We like dogs, yay. Like nobody really cares. So find those interests, find those things that you like talking about. I mean, I'm sure I would drive people crazy with all my dog photos on Facebook. But oops, I just connected my phone to charge it. You can definitely get away with being more you and more authentic on Instagram through hashtags and finding people with common interests. So, anyone else have any other questions?
I have a question. I know you can't see me. It's Mandy here. Hi, I have the light now in the car. The whole town's still dark, but anyway. So I finally was comfortable enough to post a picture of myself with my progress.
Yep.
And I've had people contact me. So people are like, well, what are you doing? And so I am sharing my story. I started almost a year ago with Beachbody. Now I'm doing the 2B mindset. So what would be the next steps? Like to meet with them? Like, hey, you want to meet for coffee and we'll talk about it? Or what would be the next steps to do now?
What I would do, so now you're talking with people that you know already, like your real friends. So I would probably treat that a little bit differently than I would with people online that I've never met. Oh, sorry. I almost swore. Nicole would have done it. But anyway, so if it's people like your best friend, I would totally get together in person. But for me, if it's someone that I've kind of only just gotten to know online, I would just kind of almost do a mini interview. An interview maybe is the wrong word, but I would just start asking them questions about how I could help them. Like, what are you struggling with right now? Like, what are your goals? And that kind of thing. That's what I do online. And I don't have lengthy conversations with people because I kind of want to cut to the chase right away and kind of determine if people are really serious or not. So yeah, just I would just have a conversation with them. And if you're not quite sure what to say, there are scripts in our team page that will kind of jog your memory or like help you out with wording, but also use our team page. Like say, okay, this person is asking me this, what do I say next? I did a lot of that in the beginning, and that's a great way to utilize coach experience, because that's something that really takes a lot of practice, and just to feel comfortable like having a conversation and sounding knowledgeable. I found that was hard in the beginning, but the more often you do it, the better you'll get. But definitely use our resources. Ask our coach team what they would do or what they would say. If you want to send us a screenshot, if it's an online conversation, you could say, this is what we've been chatting about, but I'm not sure what to say next. What would you do? We can help you out. And I like doing that because I have a lot of confidence in that area now where I didn't a few years ago. So I actually really like helping people with that. And I think a lot of our coaches really do like helping coaches do that too, because they remember how hard it was in the beginning. So yeah.
Okay. All right.
That help you? I didn't give you like a specific answer, but you know what? Every conversation is so different that there's not like a cookie cutter answer. And that's also another reason why I don't necessarily like sharing scripts, because I want you guys to sound genuine. But I do share scripts because they're, it does help you realize that, oh, that other coach said it that way. And, maybe that fits, but I'll tweak the wording a little bit to make it sound more like me. It's helpful, but just always be, use your own words and be true to who you are.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, that's great. You're having conversations already. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, it's 9:00. How is that for like good timing? Perfect. We 1 hour. Okay, I am going to fix my typos on the slideshow, and then I will upload the recording and the slides to our team page. But Nicole has something. Oh, what were you doing? Nope, she's going to sleep. All right. Okay. Everyone's going to bed. Yeah, it's 10:00 there. It's only 9:00 here. Yeah.
I'm just saying good night. That's it.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And just speaking from the other coaches on our team, I'm really thankful that you're here, and I appreciate you guys taking the time out to be on this call. It really does mean a lot. So, bye.
Good night.
Good night.